want to be more Alicorns out there.
And we are going to find them together.
Oh my god, things are finally happening in Tell Your Tale! Objection! So, I've been wanting to make a short video on this for a while now, after the Tell Your Tale episode, The Lone Alicorn debuted, and I wanted to collect my initial thoughts on this event. For those of you just joining us, in the episode in question, Zip and Sunny explore the remains of Opaline's castle and discover this tapestry thing that allegedly proves that Alicorns still exist, along with the city of Skyros. Initially, this location was brought up all the way back in Chapter 4 of Make Your Mark, where Opaline tells Misty it was her original home wherein Luna and Celestia also lived. She was eventually banished from Skyros for an unknown crime, and for the longest time, this was pretty much all the information we had, until of course said episode of Tell Your Tale premiered. Now I can see the great potential this storyline can have, but I also see the warning signs. First off, I like how really for the first time since Sunny's adventure all the way back in the G5 movie, she finally has a goal. In the series, she really didn't have any real goals or character development, but now this event addresses something that's been prevalent since the movie. Though it's not confirmed, Sunny is technically the last Alicorn. A pseudo-Alicorn, but an Alicorn nonetheless. We can only surmise that all the Alicorns, or whatever ones are remaining, are alive at this Skyros location. And even though it really hasn't been an issue before, now that the evil tyranny of Alicorn Opaline is gone, Sunny now realizes that she is the last one. We know her affinity for the old days, with Twilight and her friends making their mark upon the world, creating that once utopia where every creature lived in harmony with one another. But with Twilight, Luna, Celestia, and all other Alicorns gone, it's a depressing fact that really hits home for Sunny. She's sad initially, but also happy and hopeful that she can rediscover such a place. And that fact alone makes her a much more interesting character, seeing her so emotional and focused on a goal. She could potentially learn more about her powers and train under Elder Alicorns, thus becoming more powerful and wiser for any situation or threat that she may come across. There's just tons of interesting possibilities for this whole Skyros arc. But this does bring up some rather glaring problems. For all the praise I just heaped upon the storyline, it also hurts the current world's lore. There are only two possible outcomes to this whole storyline. She either finds Skyros and more Alicorns, or she finds it, but it lies in ruins and no Alicorns left. Let's look at the latter scenario first. Sunny and the gang finally locate the remains of Skyros, and there's nothing left but old buildings, literature, and objects of a long-gone race. In that case, they can use the remaining knowledge from the location and rebuild it to its glory days and make it a new prosperous hub that can provide a new home and new opportunities for equestrians, all the while Sunny learning more magical abilities and lore from the exploration. Now let's look at the other scenario wherein they locate Skyros and more Alicorns. Again, it sounds like an interesting prospect at first to provide our main characters with new opportunities. But there's an obvious problem. Why didn't they make their presence during the whole thing where Opaline was attacking Equestria? Clearly the evil Alicorn was displaying her magical prowess across the three main provinces, so wouldn't the Skyros natives even just take a peek at what's going on in the world? I'm not saying you need to have them be a deus ex machina, swoop in and save the day, but when Opaline shuts down every protection spell in Equestria, wouldn't Skyros take notice? In fact, with all the crazy weather, magical conditions affecting Equestria, or even the fact that magic in general has returned to Equestria, wouldn't they at least investigate? Or is it just gonna be like the Crystal Empire and Opaline, or some other supernatural event, caused Skyros to vanish? Thus explaining why we haven't seen them until now. Whatever the case, Tell Your Tale has a lot to justify. So, those are my initial thoughts on this storyline. Let me know what ideas you guys have for the storyline or how you all think it'll play out. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, that's it for today, guys. Until next time, and see ya!